Yes, good afternoon, students. Yes, Rohit, Yashasvi, Samsung, change your name, Lakshmi, Mahima, Harini, Sophia. Good afternoon, Chakri, Omkar. I can see some new students also today. Did anyone join for the first time today? Some new names I can see. And here this side, YouTube students. Are you all there? Yes, Afreen, Surya, Pranita, Someshwara. Yes, Zinet, I'm good. How are you all? Enjoying summer? Yes, Salakshi, good afternoon. Dikshita, I'm good. Yes, how do you say in Telugu? Andarvadi Namaskaram. Am I right? Yes, good afternoon. No, no, no. I'm perfectly fine. I agree. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. Okay, okay. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. Yes, good afternoon. Yes, I'm all good. I hope you all are perfectly fine. Yes, so it's too hot outside. You all know. Just drink water and stay at home. Right? Yes, vanakkam from some students. Vanakkam students. Yes, Chiki. Who's Chiki? Thank you. Yes, yes. I had my lunch. Did you have your lunch? Had your lunch? Yes. And now you will nicely sleep now. No, good. Because today we are going to do the topic which you all have been waiting for, right? So I can see from one account two students are also attending. Yes. So are both of you from the same class, FZ 820? Okay, Siva is asking me, are you from? Where are you from? Can you make a guess? Kerala, no. Tamil Nadu, no. From north to south, someone is telling Kashmir. Earth, okay, that was a ekdam perfect answer. Someone is telling Earth. Very good. Perfect, correct answer. Ah, yes, Pujit is correct. Pujit is correct. Ah, Ichika is also correct. Samsung, no. And first change your name. I hope your not name is not Samsung. From Mumbai. And Mumbai is in which state? Maharashtra. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, Sophia. Fine. So shall we start? Yes, of course. I'm from Mumbai and I will definitely do Marathi. Yes? Okay. So now let's not waste time and move to the topic which you all are very much interested in. So yesterday I told you that we'll start studying about the heart. Right? So today we will start with the very basic heart. Basic heart means what? Directly we will not jump to the human heart. Right? So first we are going to talk about, if you remember yesterday, I ended the class with a note about the heart of vertebrates. Do you all remember? So how will you remember the vertebrates? Yesterday I told you one trick. Vertebrate heart. So how many classes are there in vertebrate? Five classes, right? What was the trick? The trick is, yes, very good, very good. Param. It is param. So P stands for five C's. Then amphibia, Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, and then aves, and lastly mammals. Right? Aves and then mammals. Right? So fishes, that means Pisces, they have how many chambered heart? This also I told you yesterday. So they have two chambered heart. Amphibians, reptiles, three chambered heart. Aves and mammals, four chambered heart. Now remember, in reptiles, there is one exception. Briefly, yesterday I told you. Now, what is that exception? That among reptiles, there are these organisms like crocodile, right? Or alligator, right? And there is one more similar type of organism, gharial. Crocodile, alligator, and gharial. So, can you tell me what is the difference between these three animals? All these three reptiles. What is the difference? Crocodile, alligator, almost they look the same, na? But yesterday I told you there is still some differences in them. Yes. It is not actually their nose or mouth, it is called their snout. Right? What is snout? That anterior portion, where they have that mouth that is opening. So this full portion in them is called snout. So these crocodiles, they have like this V-shaped snout. You would have seen, na? If you watch Discovery Channel, National Geographic, half of the time they are showing this only. है ना? Then alligators, they have U-shaped snout. Right? Alligator will have U-shaped. Crocodile will have V-shaped snout. And if I talk about gharial, they have very, very thin and narrow and straight snout like this. Right? It will be very narrow with, of course, all the sharp teeth. Right? So this is the basic difference between these three. But now, what is the common thing among these three? That these three organisms, which are actually reptiles, but they also have four chambered heart, like that of birds and mammals. So though they are reptiles, see other reptiles they are having three chambered heart only, but there is exception that crocodile, alligator, gharial, they have four chambered heart just like aves and mammals. Right? Frog is a amphibia. You want me to give you examples? Chalo, Pisces example I will not tell you. Pisces, you know, so many fishes are there, and many of you might be eating the fishes also. So you know Pisces, right? Amphibians, I'll write one example. Amphibian example is frog or salamander. Right? These are amphibians. That means those organisms who need water for reproduction. They live in land as well as in water, but water is very much essential for the reproduction. Right? And then talking about reptiles, so three examples I have written. Apart from this, lizard, and then tortoise, turtle, snake, all of them they are example of reptiles. So I will write somewhere over here: snake, then tortoise, lizards. These are all examples of reptiles. Now, aves, I don't think there is any need to write any exam. All the birds, they are aves. So you know so many birds, right? Parrot hai, crow hai, peacock, so many, right? Ostrich, and then vulture, etc. Then mammals, we are very good, Mahima. So humans are mammals. Along with us, of course, there are cats, dogs, horses, and then so many mammals which are existing on this planet. Elephant, very good. Yes, yes. All those are mammals, right? So all those mammals and birds are four-chambered heart. All reptiles have three-chambered heart, except these three. So they are what? They are exceptions. All amphibians will have three-chambered heart, and all fishes will have two-chambered heart. Monkeys are also mammals. Hen is a bird, ave. Yes, whales are mammals, correct. Whales are mammals. Bat is a mammal, yes. If you keep on writing so many examples, you know that there are so many mammals on earth, right? Okay, so just note down this information. So today we are going to start with two-chambered heart. Then we'll talk about three-chambered and then four-chambered, right? So we will start with two-chambered heart. So quickly note this so that I can explain you about the two-chambered heart. No, crocodiles are not amphibians. I have written them under reptiles. Check what I have written on board. Dinosaurs, they were reptiles. Now they are not there. But yes, they were reptiles. I will tell you about the three and a half also when I will explain you about the heart. Yes, bats will come under mammals. Samsung, still you haven't changed your name. Shark is a fish. It will come under fish. Completed. Insects are arthropods, starfish is echinoderm. Yesterday we have studied this. Yes or no? Yesterday that these examples only we have written for the other phylums, right? Okay, so can we start with two-chambered heart? Yes. So now let me write down the heading. Two-chambered heart. That means we are going to talk about single circulation. Single circulation. So let me give you a brief intro of what is single circulation. See, now in case of Pisces, as I told you that there is only two-chambered heart. So the type of circulation that goes on is called single circulation. That I will explain you, right? So here it is single circulation. Why it is called single, that also I will tell you. Then if I talk about the amphibian and reptile, both of them are having three chambered heart, right? So here for both of them the type of circulation is called incomplete double, right? What it is called incomplete double, and in some books you can even find the term transitional circulation. And if I talk about the aves and mammals, both of them they are having four chambered hearts. So here they are showing double or complete double circulation. So now what is this single circulation, double circulation and incomplete circulation? This how the blood flows in their body. So basically that is their circulation, right? So first we'll start with the single circulation, that is seen in organisms with the two chambered heart. And which organism has two chambered heart? Fishes, right? So first I will draw one diagram, and even you can draw that diagram along with me, right? I want everyone to draw it along with me. So we are going to make a fish now. A very big fish. Make it along with me only. Yes, I think the fish looks quite sad. Let me make them happy. Now is it fine? Now the fish seems to be happy. Okay. And yes, let me mark their parts also. So what are these two structures that I have drawn? What are these two called? Fins. Yes, they are called the fins, right? Now, inside the fish, I am going to show you their circulatory system, how it is present. Okay? So now focus here. One by one, I am going to make it. Yes. So first, here. So now you have to understand one thing. Whenever I am using this blue color now, that is going to show the deoxygenated blood, right? When I am making blue vessels, that means deoxygenated blood. Being here, capillary system, right? And whenever I use red, what does red mean? What will this red color mean? That means it is a oxygenated, right? This shows oxygenated blood. Yes. So can you see? Are we able to differentiate between the red and blue color? Yes. Okay. Now see the parts one by one. I am marking them. So first of all, over here, what is this? So now you have to understand one thing. We have artery, right? This is one artery. Yesterday also I told you, but I want to repeat it once again. This artery, it divides like this to form what? Capillaries. And arteries, they divide into few more small tubes to form capillaries. And then those capillaries, they join together to form, yes, tell me, the capillaries join together to form. Yes, Nadim Palli, I will definitely answer your question, but I want you to focus on this right now. Right? Vein, very good. Okay, so artery divides in the body to form capillaries, and then capillaries they join up to form the vein. Arteries will carry the oxygenated blood. So oxygenated blood through the capillaries will be given to all the body tissues, and then CO2 will be collected from those body tissues, and then the capillaries will join together to form vein, and this vein will carry the deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means the blood having more amount of oxygen. Deoxygenated means less oxygen. That means more of CO2. Right? More of CO2. Less oxygen means more of CO2. Right? So this is the basic thing I wanted all of you to understand. Okay. Now see over here. So here can you see the capillary system where the deoxygenated blood is there, that is getting converted into oxygenated blood? Yes, right. So this capillary system over here, it is near to the gills. And fishes will have gills on the sides. Yes. So this is located near the gills. So this capillary system is called gill capillaries, right? Because it is located near to the gills, that's why those capillary system, it is called what? It is called gill capillaries. Yes, for breathing that is very much important. Fishes का respiratory organ क्या है? It is, what is it? It is, no, not lungs. They have gills, not lungs. Fishes don't have lungs. They have gills, right? So near to the gills, they have a network of capillary called gill capillary. Right? Okay. Then on the other side again you can see a capillary system. So actually this capillary system is not just confined to one location. It is there all over. It's just that if we make so many capillaries, the diagram will become very confusing. Okay? So what this capillary system shows, it is showing the body tissues. The capillary near the body tissues. They will even go till here. Even the tail is going to require oxygen and everything, right? Okay, so these are the capillaries of nearby all the body tissues. Then, where is the heart? Can you tell me where is the heart? Where is the heart I have made? Yes. Can you see? Yes, yes, yes. So this portion over here, it actually is their heart. So what we said in the beginning, heart is two chambered. So now actually here you will be able to see four structures, right? But right now I want you to focus on to these two structures. So one of them is the atrium, other one is ventricle. So these are the two chambers of heart. Since heart is two chambered, they have one atrium and one ventricle, right? Okay, now before atrium and after ventricle also we can see some small chamber. Yes, can you see? Can you see? I have made that part little bit dilated. Yes, yes. Now what are these two parts? See, heart is having only two chambers. है ना? But then there are two additional chambers which are associated with heart. Right? What are those two chambers known as? This one before the atrium or the auricle, it is called sinus venosus, and the one after ventricle, it is called conus arteriosus. Sinus venosus and conus arteriosus, right? Okay, now this here let me label, this is the heart. And now can you tell me, heart is located ventrally or dorsally? Can you tell me? Heart is located in fishes ventrally or dorsally? Which one is the ventral part and which one is the dorsal part? Ventral loop or ventrally? Yes, I think you are in so much hurry when you are typing. Okay, fine. Yes. So this part actually the upper part over here. This is the dorsal part of the fish, whereas the one in this bottom, it is the ventral part. So heart is located ventrally. Now let's talk about us. Where is our heart? Ventrally or dorsally? Yes. Ventrally or dorsally? Ventrally, right? All the vertebrates they actually have heart which is located ventrally. So they are also having ventrally located heart. Right? So have you just understood the structure? I have not told you the function, but first you have to understand the structure. So have you understood this much, these many parts? Yes? Yes. Okay. So now let's study. Okay. I'll come back to this diagram, but there are certain things I wanted to write down. Okay. So they have two chambers in the heart, one atrium or it is called auricle and one ventricle, right? Then two additional chambers, right? To the atrium or else before the atrium, which chamber is present? Sinus venosus, and after the ventricle, which chamber is present? Conus arteriosus, right? Okay, now one more information I'll give you, that the heart of fishes, it is also known as venous heart. venous. Heart of fishes is also known as what? It is known as venous heart. Venous heart. Now you will know the reason why venous heart, right? So now I'm going to go back and now I'm going to teach you the circulation, right? Okay, now I want everyone's attention over here. Okay, so first what happens is, now tell me, where do fishes live? I know a very difficult question. Come on, yes. They are aquatic organisms and they live in water, right? So nearby, now everywhere, here. What is there? There is water, right? Okay. Now tell me, when fishes breathe, right? When they breathe, they are going to take oxygen in which form? Very good, Ramya. Pranati. So many correct answers are coming, but many incorrect also. Yes, see, we are living in a textile environment, right? So how do we take in which form we take the oxygen? It is in the gaseous form. है ना? We are inhaling air, and in the air we have gaseous form of oxygen. Yes or no? Who is telling solid? Hmm. Gaseous form. Gaseous form. We are taking gaseous form of oxygen. Right now they are underwater, so they cannot get the gaseous form of oxygen. Na? So some oxygen is also dissolved in water. That is called the dissolved oxygen. Yes, ever studied in chemistry or in your lower classes about dissolved gases? So oxygen is also dissolved in water. So that is called dissolved oxygen. So now here there is dissolved oxygen. How they will take that oxygen? They don't have nose like us, na? We have nose and we will inhale, but they don't have nose. So how they are going to respire? Just see. Yes, they have mouth, and through mouth, what happens? Water enters, right? Water, I have written H2O. So it enters through mouth. Then after mouth, where it goes? You can see the direction. It goes to the gills, the area near the gills. And what do we have in the gills? What do we have in the gills? Yes, come on. There, not we, of course the fishes, right? They have the gill capillaries. है ना? Now what happens in this water? Oxygen is there. This oxygen will enter into the gill capillaries, and this is deoxygenated blood, right? Blue color, deoxygenated. That means it has CO2. So that CO2 will be exchanged with O2. Right? In our lungs also O2 CO2 exchange occurs in the alveolus, na? In the lungs, right? Here also same way with the help of simple diffusion. What will happen? O2 and CO2 will get exchanged. What is diffusion? Movement of molecules from higher region to lower region. Now understand, in this blue part there is more of CO2, less oxygen. And in the water which is taken by the fish, there is more of oxygen, less of CO2. So now due to this concentration difference, what will happen? Automatically the oxygen will enter inside the capillary and CO2 will move out. So now this oxygen, since it has entered into the capillaries, so this blood is now becoming what blood? It is becoming the oxygenated blood. Right? Now the blood is containing oxygen. That means it is ready to be delivered to all the body tissues. So that oxygenated blood will give oxygen to all the body tissues. Right? Body tissue means actually these capillaries, you can even name them as systemic capillaries. Systemic means the capillaries which are present near the body tissues, right? That's why I've written body tissues. So it represents all the tissues which are present near to the systemic capillaries, right? Okay. Then now all the see. Suppose I will draw some tissues also here. Let me make some tissues. Here, all body tissues are there. Okay? Everywhere it is there in body. I am just showing few. So oxygen will be given inside the body tissues and CO2 will be taken in. Right? Now what will happen? The blood will again become deoxygenated. Right? So here the blood again became deoxygenated. Why? Because all the oxygen is being utilized by the body tissues. Then this deoxygenated blood will now enter where? It is going to enter into the heart. Right? What is the role of heart? Yes, I will explain once again, don't worry. Right? Okay. So now in the heart, deoxygenated blood is entering. So first it will enter into the chamber called one extra chamber that I told you, sinus venosus. Then atrium, then ventricle. Then this heart will pump the blood, right? Then it will enter into conus arteriosus, and then it will go to again the gill capillaries. Right? How the blood is supplied to the ventral part. As I told you, these capillaries are there, na? Of the oxygenated blood. They are there all over their body. Right? We are just showing it in one part, but it is spread all over the body. What is the use of blood? Arey, blood is the only thing that is carrying all the nutrients and the oxygen. Yesterday I discussed this, I guess. Yesterday I have discussed. Heart is there to pump. That is what. Here, heart is pumping the deoxygenated blood quickly to where? To the gill capillaries. Then exchange will occur here. Then oxygenated blood will be there. Then the oxygen will be given to all the body tissues. Then again the deoxygenated blood will come. Again it will go into the heart. Heart is going to pump deoxygenated blood. So what do we see here actually? Uh, like in our case, we have four-chambered heart. So little bit I know you all have studied that even the oxygenated blood enters into the heart as well as deoxygenated blood enters. Yes or no? Yes. From the right side deoxygenated, from the left side oxygenated. But in their case, right? In their case, it is only the deoxygenated blood that enters into the heart, that too through these veins. Remember in the beginning I made one diagram here, I told you veins will carry the deoxygenated blood, right? So now since in their case, it is only the veins that pour blood into the heart. That's why it is called venous heart, because only vein is there to give that deoxygenated blood into the heart. That's why that heart is called venous heart. And the heart carries only deoxygenated blood. Have we seen that the oxygenated blood also enters inside the heart for pumping? No. It is that extra chamber, it is helping them. Helping them. Through some capillaries, Joshika, that is through some capillaries. Right? So once again I will tell you, but now this time I will make a flow chart. Right? So what did I tell you? Mouth is there. 1 minute. Yes. So through mouth, what is going inside? Water. And water is having the dissolved oxygen. So through mouth it will enter and it will reach near the gills. What happens in the gills? In the gills, there is a rich network of capillaries called gill capillaries. Wherein what will happen? Gill capillaries are important. Why? Because there only the exchange of gases occur. Now after exchange of gases, definitely the blood will become rich in oxygen, right? So I'll write this. Now after this, the oxygenated blood. So I'll directly write oxygenated blood will go where? It will go to the body tissues, distributed to the body tissues. Then the deoxygenated blood will be there. Why? Because oxygen is now used up. So this deoxygenated blood, it is carried to the heart. Then you know it will pass through the chambers of heart. Heart is going to pump and pump it again back to what? To the gill capillaries. And hence this process will be repeated like this. Again it is going to the gill capillaries. So this is called single circulation. Why single circulation? Because it is only one time that the blood is entering into the heart, right? In our case, you know, like let me give example. Or in our case, what happens? This is right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. So from this side, deoxygenated blood will enter. From this side, oxygenated blood will enter. So twice the blood is entering into the heart and twice it will leave the heart. Whereas in their case, in the case of fishes, what do they have? They have one atrium, one ventricle. है ना? So now through this, the deoxygenated blood will be pumped to the gill capillaries. So only once the heart is pumping the blood, that means the blood is entering inside the heart only once. That's why it is called single circulation. Understood? Why it is called single circulation, everyone? Yes. Yes, understood? Okay, now one student has asked me a question that okay, exchange of gases had taken place over here. So this oxygen is now there in this oxygenated blood. But they have exchanged, so CO2 is also exchanged. So how the CO2 will go out of the body? Like when we exhale, we give out the CO2. Yes or no? Yes. But then they can't exhale, na? So how that CO2 is going out? So that CO2 will go out through gills. See, if this is a fish, so here they will have gills, right? Here they have gills. Inside, if you see near to the gills, there is gill capillaries. So now through this gills, the water will come out, and in that water, that CO2 will be present. Right? It's easy for us. We just exhale. Whereas in their case, the water will come out of the gills, and in that water only CO2 will be present. If gill capillaries are not there, exchange will not be there. They won't be able to, respire. No, in fishes, lungs are not there. They have gills for respiration. No disadvantage. No, only Pisces. Only Pisces. That means fishes. Right? Someone has told me to revise it once again. So now listen carefully. Listen carefully. So let's start with this. The bodies of the fishes, the body tissues, they used up oxygen and now carbon dioxide is there. Right? So all these capillaries are now joining together to form vein, which is carrying what type of blood? Blue means over here deoxygenated blood. So deoxygenated blood is carried from all the body tissues, and then that deoxygenated blood it enters where? Into the heart. Right? That is, it has only two chambers, atrium and ventricle, and two additional, which I told you, sinus venosus and venous arteriosus. Right? So heart will do what? It will pump. Pump means it will send that blood in high pressure. Right? So as it pumps the blood will come in high pressure into the gill capillaries. So in gill capillaries, now what will happen? Exchange of gases. O2, CO2 will get exchanged. So now you can see that oxygen has entered into the blood. So now this blood becomes oxygenated blood. Now this oxygen will be delivered to all the body tissues. Then CO2 will be collected. Then again deoxygenated blood will be formed. Again it will enter, and this single circulation will go on. And why it is called venous heart? Because it is only the veins which pour the blood into the heart. Yes, clear now? Yes, arteries carry oxygenated blood, yes. And I have drawn that in red. What is your doubt? Understood now, everyone? Yes. Quickly take a snap of this. And at the end, I will display this diagram. Don't worry, even if you have not done. These points are important. This you can note down. One more point I am adding, that the heart is muscular. What do you mean by muscular? Muscular heart. Yes, Omkar, I share the QR also. Muscle tissue. It is made up of muscles. Yes. Yes, noted down these points. Someone is asking me the function of artery. See, blood vessels are there. They are carrying the blood in our body. Artery, vein, capillaries. These all circulate blood in our body. There are little differences, of course. Arteries carry oxygenated blood. They carry the blood away from heart. Veins will carry it towards the heart. Both here are atrium and ventricle. The function of heart is pumping the blood only. Yes, yes, it is pumping the blood. Yes, Sandeep, correct. Yes, done. And then quickly I want you to make a note of this flow chart. Not this one, but the flow chart. Take a snap and later on you can write an answer. Okay, Siva, thank you. Muscular heart means it is made up of muscle tissue. Remember tissues. No, Supraja. Asra. Of course, exchange of gases in our case also it occurs through diffusion between the blood capillaries and alveolus. And the work of heart is to pump the blood. There is difference in both their functions. Yes, Deepika, thank you. So done this. Which word? Xiaomi. Xiaomi is your phone name. I don't know what is your real name. Yes. From this slide, which word? Yes, Xiaomi, tell me from this slide which word? Explain venous heart. Venous heart, I have written clearly. It is only the veins that pour blood into the heart. That's why it's called venous heart. Right? That's why it's called venous heart. Achha, that is called, that I have written as auricle, Xiaomi. Write your name, I have to call out with your phone name. It is auricle. The other name for atrium is auricle. Yes? Yes, Siva. And you can even download it online. It's available. Yes. Now I'll talk about the organism, how the pumping or circulation occurs in three-chambered heart, right? So who has three-chambered heart? Amphibian and reptile. But again, in amphibian and reptile also have very slight differences there. That also I will tell you, right? So here, incomplete double circulation. That I am going to tell you. Incomplete double circulation. So that is the function of three-chambered heart in amphibians and reptiles. Yes. So first I will make the diagram of the heart. So here we have to make three-chambered heart, right? Right? So this is now it is a three-chambered heart. And a three-chambered heart. That means two auricle and one ventricle. Right? So here you can see the right auricle, left auricle, and this just one ventricle. Right? Just one ventricle. Okay. Now here also, in this case also, there are these two extra. Just a minute. I am not liking this line. I will make it again. Now it's better? Yes. So here also, before right atrium, there is one extra chamber, right? Yes. Triangular shaped chamber. It is the same. What it will be? Sinus venosus. Right? And then, chalo, the later chamber I will mark and I will tell you. Okay. So now are you just able to see the three chambered heart? Yes? नहीं हर्षिता, here it is incomplete double. Understand why incomplete double? Okay? Okay. Now in this case, that is in case of amphibians. Let's say frog. Frog has this type of a heart. Okay? Keep one organism in the mind. It will become easy for you to understand. So now what happens is, from all the body tissues of the frog, this deoxygenated blood, it will be collected, and then that whole deoxygenated blood, where it will enter into the vena cava, right? So here we have the deoxygenated blood, where it enters into the vena cava. Then I told you there is another chamber, extra chamber here. So now that deoxygenated blood enters sinus venosus. Then where it will enter? Right atrium. From right atrium, where it will enter? Ventricles. Yes? Okay. Then now look at the left side. So on the left side, we have this oxygenated blood that is coming from the lungs. Then frogs have lungs. Now frogs will have lungs, right? So from the lungs of the frog, in the lungs, exchange of O2 CO2 is taking place, right? Actually, this blue, that is this deoxygenated one, is only going to the lungs, right? Through pulmonary artery, and then through pulmonary vein, it is entering into the left atrium. So now this is all oxygenated blood, right? Then from the atrium, the oxygenated blood will enter into the ventricle. Yes, actually I should not close this part completely. Yes, so what I told you, this oxygenated blood from the lungs where the O2 CO2 exchange has happened, it came into the left atrium. From left atrium, it entered into the ventricle. Now, what happened in the ventricle? Tell me, what happened in the ventricle? Is there any partition? Is there any septum present in the ventricle? No septum, right? No partition, right? So, because of that, what is happening here? Here, mixing of blood is happening, right? We can see not complete mixing is happening, right? Since the blood is there only for some time, heart will pump it very quickly, right? So since they are getting very little time, so very little mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood will occur in this region. Then through aorta, so this is your aorta. What type of blood will move? The mixed blood, which will go to the body tissues. But now tell me, is that mixed blood having more amount of oxygen or more amount of CO2? Yes, Omkar, it is present. Yes, it will have more amount of oxygen or more amount of CO2. Aorta, the one which goes into the aorta. Yes, answer. Till then I will label these parts. Yes, tell me. Okay, so again I am getting mixed answers. See, understand this. What I told you, this is happening together. Understand? This pouring is happening together. That means the blood is moving from right atrium to ventricle and left atrium to ventricle together, and then ventricle will contract. So when the ventricle contracts, quickly the blood will flow to the respective pulmonary artery and aorta. Yes, yeah, yes or no? Yes. So since they are getting very little time, very little mixing takes place. So it will have more of oxygen only, right? Understand, the aorta will have more of oxygen only in the blood. But then since CO2 over here, it has mixed, the deoxygenated blood has mixed. So that's why it is called the mixed blood. So this type of system, if we compare with the four chambered heart, what we can see in the four chambered heart, there is no mixing of blood, right? You are having proper four chambers. This side it is totally oxygenated blood, this side it will be totally deoxygenated blood, and total septum is present. So oxygenated and deoxygenated is separated completely, whereas here what is happening, little amount of blood is getting mixed, the deoxygenated and oxygenated, right? This is the reason that this three chambered heart is not that much efficient. Understanding the word efficient, it is not that much efficient. Why? Because mixing of blood occurs. Whereas here, can we say it is efficiently pumping the oxygenated blood? Yes. Why? Because oxygenated and deoxygenated, they are totally getting separated. Yes? Okay. So this is about amphibians, right? Whatever I explained you, it is all about amphibians. Now I told you a very slight difference between the amphibian and the reptile. What is that slight difference? What is that slight difference? Yes, tell me. Oh, it's not getting this. Yes. In case of reptiles, right? In case of reptiles, this ventricle is there, na? Little septum is formed, right? That's why in some of the books, na, you will see that there they will write 3.5 chambers like that, right? Why? Because in case of reptiles, the ventricular septum, the septum or partition which is going to separate the ventricle, it is present. But then it is present only partially. That means what? It has started to develop. But then it completely formed in which organisms? In aves and mammals. Clear? Yes, in amphibians, in reptile also mixing will occur. Right? Understand? Reptile also only this much septum is there, that is not going to, make their system efficient. So in reptile also mixing of blood will be there. So this incomplete double circulation is for amphibians as well as reptile. Right? So now can I just write this circulation in the flow chart manner so that it's very easy for you to understand? Yes. So what I said, that the deoxygenated blood from body tissues will go into vena cava, from here sinus venosus, right? And from sinus venosus into the right atrium. And simultaneously, what is happening? Simultaneously, the oxygenated blood, which is coming from where? From the lungs, enters into the pulmonary vein, that is going to carry this oxygenated blood into the left atrium. Then both these blood, right, together they will be poured in the ventricle, where mixing of blood will occur. Then after mixing, what will happen? The blood will enter aorta, and through aorta it will be given to the body tissues. And not just aorta, right? Let's go back over here. Not just aorta, the blood is also going to the pulmonary artery, na? And pulmonary artery will do what? It is actually the one which is going to take this blood to the lungs, where O2 CO2 exchange will occur. Yes? Because of the other features, reptile and amphibians, they are different creatures. They have different characteristic features. Yes? So you can take a snap of this flow chart. Acha, one more thing. Here also conus arteriosus is there. Right? So before aorta, I think you should mention conus. I will mention enter conus arteriosus, and then from there into aorta. Right? Here also conus arteriosus, the extra chamber after ventricle is present. Deoxygenated blood has more CO2. More CO2. No, lucky, it's totally different. It's totally different. Yes, Sheikh, we will study that in our four-chambered heart. Conus in the diagram I can definitely show. So here, somewhere here you will have the conus arteriosus. Here. Take a snap. Take a screenshot. Yes, flow chart also I will show you. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot for this, everyone. Yes? Okay. Then this one also. Yes, QR code I will share, don't worry. Some of you wanted to take a screenshot, that's why I'm displaying it. I will share the QR code also. Vomita, I have no idea about that. Let's wait till tomorrow, okay? And then some of you wanted that fish also. So this is my. Oh, there is some error today. Why the QR code is not coming? Wait, I'll check once again. What has happened? Yes. Just 1 minute, I'll just inquire, right? Yes. So we have done 2 chamber, 3 chamber today, and tomorrow 4 chamber heart, right? Yes, Bugda. What is that question you are asking? You have any doubt? Yes? Okay, thank you class. I'll just check if I'm able to share that QR code, okay? I'll just check once again. Okay. Anyway, even if you have missed any slide or anything, it's fine. You know that the lecture is available on the YouTube. It will be uploaded right after this lecture. So you can say go through once again, write whatever you left. Clear? Okay, thank you class. Thank you. Yes, Asra, they are available. Yes, Joshika. Yes. Yes, bye, bye. Pritam, bye. Vasanti, Satakshi, Isha, Monu, Noshika. Yes, bye, bye. Bye.